Hello everyone, welcome back. This is RandoGEEK. In this video, we have an update regarding Verizon. The link for this article will be provided for you down below in the description, and the article is coming from Verizon's website in their news center. I want to talk about a claim that Verizon made. According to their website and this article, Verizon has called themselves the most reliable 5G network. Some of you may agree with this already. Because of your experience with Verizon, you may feel like, yes, without a doubt, this is the network of all networks when it comes to reliability for you. Some of you may beg to differ. You may have had poor experiences with Verizon and you don't agree with this at all. Some of you may be caught in the middle, not really sure how to feel about Verizon from day to day. Your experiences with them may change. Your emotions and feelings about them may also change along with that. Verizon's trying to prove a point here. Their recent accomplishment is basically what they're setting for ground to call themselves pretty much the king of 5G. We're going to talk about that here. All right, so what are we basing this claim on? Verizon is basing this claim on their recent performance during the Super Bowl. As we know, there was about 77,000 people, according to my research, that were in that stadium in New Orleans. Okay, so Verizon is going to use their recent testing results according to Root Metrics to base their claim, or to be the basis for their claim. All right, so Verizon basically says that on game day, that their fans used approximately 93.5 terabytes of data across the city and 38.1 terabytes of data in and around the stadium. So that's all areas. That's stores, I'm assuming residential, commercial. So that's like the restaurants, that's other businesses, that's bars, that's hotels in and around the stadium, So that's everything going on. That's all the people that are there. I think you get what I'm saying. So according to these results here, the median download speeds were 2.4 times faster and 4.8 times faster on the upload compared to T-Mobile and at&t during this event. So it looks like Verizon customers benefited from super fast speeds in the stadium. Peak download speeds were 4,161 megabytes per second. Upload speeds were 1,067 megabytes per second. The median download speed was 1,775 megabytes per second, and the upload speed was 159 megabytes per second. So they're saying the measurement results are based on umlaut testing of 486 to 532 samples per network operators during the actual game, including halftime shows. So Verizon is basically touting this experience here. They're saying that they were able to keep the game going, keep all the fans in the stadium highly dosed on their network, right? Full capacity, no slowdowns, nobody's upset, everyone's having a good time. Okay, that's just in the stadium. And then we're considering everything around that stadium. So with all the action going on inside the stadium, all the local businesses are getting just as fast results, meaning that they can continue to operate in an efficient manner. And let's be honest, how many people before and after the game go to eat, go to a bar to chill, right? Especially after. You may want to talk about the results of the game. You may want to have a couple beers. Maybe you're either happy about who won, or you're upset about who won and who lost, right? But either way, you're hanging out, you're having a good time, you're throwing back a couple, and the businesses are able to operate. You have to understand that these local businesses have a lot going on. There are some people that didn't make it into the stadium, so they're watching from local restaurants and bars, so they're hanging out there. And then there's the after party, as I mentioned, people are hanging out there. And while you have Verizon's internet powering the entertainment on the TV, you also have their credit card payment systems that are using Verizon's Fios internet, most likely, or 5G home internet. All that is being powered on the Verizon network. Then you have the hotels, you have the residential areas of all the people that are just using Verizon from day to day. You have cars passing by that are most likely using Google Maps or CarPlay or Android Auto, using Verizon's network, right, on their mobile device. So all these things are being factored in. So it's all kinds of network congestion that was factored in from what I'm understanding, and they were still able to perform the way that they did. So this is why Verizon feels they have the confidence to call themselves the best 5G network or the most reliable 5G network, because they were able to execute such an efficient performance during a super congested time. So this is basically testing the strength of their network. You have all this going on, and still the network can hold up and dominate in such a way. So now, does that mean they are the best 5G or the most reliable 5G network? Well, I'll just say this. I think that they've done a great job here. I think that we need to recognize that. Okay, I think that they've planned and executed in a beautiful way, giving them a lot of respect. I think that hats off, whether you like Verizon or not. There's no way to deny that they put a lot of work into this, and it was well worth it. The results are up to par in my standards. You know, I think this is great. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that just because of these results, this event, that they're the best or most reliable 5G network overall. It means that they were able to utilize their build-outs, plan and execute efficiently, and this is why we got these results. Now, obviously, it does mean that the network is strong because they were able to tolerate such heavy congestion and get these positive results. Okay, so we have to count that. However, had T-Mobile or at&t spend as much time building out in and around the area, dedicating and focusing and measuring and mapping and considering all the things that Verizon did to plan way ahead for this. They've been planning for a long time for this event. I think that we probably would have got similar results. I don't know if T-Mobile's network would have been able to handle all of the congestion the way Verizon's network did. Same goes for at&t. I can't speak of that because we haven't tested it. But I think any network that is willing to invest as heavily as Verizon did, have towers built in and around the stadium the way that Verizon does, and plan for such an event like this, invest heavily financially, structurally, I think that these are the types of results you would get. So I wouldn't say that this in itself proves that Verizon's 5G network is the most reliable, but I wouldn't count them out. I think that the true measure of a 5G network is that if we had all these carriers prepare for the same event, show all their cards and what their capabilities are, then maybe we'd have a clearer picture. So I'll just say this before I leave, or wrap this video up, should I say. At the end of the day, to me, the most reliable 5G network is the network that I can use from day to day, in and around where I need to go, allowing me to use all functionalities in an adequate way. So just because you hear something like this doesn't necessarily mean Verizon is the best. Doesn't mean they're not. There's a lot of factors that have to be considered. As I said, I think any carrier that puts this much effort into a specific project is going to end up usually with great results. That's just my take on it. But let's be clear. It doesn't mean that they're not going to be doesn't mean that one network won't perform better when being put under the same kind of stress test. So there's many things to consider is what I'm really trying to say when measuring the true reliability and quality of a network before you can call it the best. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.